tackle this head on. So I think it's going to be a lot of greens, a lot of browns, all that sort of colors. And let's get going. There we go. So we are sort of plowing on with our reddish brownish flooring here. A lot of little detail to sort of get around. And hello, Lucy is here. Nice to see you here, Lucy. Welcome to the live. Yeah, so like I was saying, it is quite a lot of little bits that I need to get around. There we go. But getting there. Hi. That's a lot of lovely emojis. Thank you. Hope you're having a nice day. Doing anything fun? Except watching YouTube. Yep. Good way to spend a day. Watching lovely videos of anything and everything. Or are you one of those people who just follows one topic and just loves coloring, drawing, that sort of stuff? Yep. Both are good. There we go. So I think what I will do as I'm continuing to just do this, color through all these, what I will also do is to put some music for you guys. There we go. Let's try that one. There we go. So we have sort of come from the floor and advanced into these legs. And if I was not before feeling like these markers are a bit thick, now I'm definitely feeling it. Trying to get the color under the legs and not go everywhere. Yeah, and there we go. What I want to do is try and make this two color. The colors are reasonably close to each other. But I just want to make it look a little bit more vivid. There we go. So a couple of colors in the legs. There. Leaving some room for the leaves. Oops, and I think there as well. So thin. So delicate piece to color. And then let's continue on and do the rest of it. This is more the right width to be coloring with these markers. There we go. We soon have a drawer, or at least the outline of it, and then it's just going through the drawer.
Anyway, baby, just name the time. When I'ma come through, yeah, you got me cruising on the moonlight. Top down, playing new sounds while the wind blows over it. Checking my maps, heading in stack, keep it intact. Do me a favor, girl. Can you keep it warm for me? Keep it on for me like a shower. I need it to run for me. Hold it down till I'm pulling up. I finally made it, girl. And I'm at the door, see you walking up to me. And you got something to show it what's underneath. Still, you expect me to make it do pleasantries. Baby, I'm yours. Got what you got on, but I want it all for you. We can play a song while I'm holding on to you. Driving in the highway, no use for all the road. What you wanna do? And she told me, she said it's all for you. I did it all for you. Baby, it's all for you. No, no, no. She said it's all for you. I did it all for you. Baby, it's all for you. No, no, no. We can catch a
Looking a bit like a zebra.
picture. I'm in your soul. You're on my head. I want you at my fingertips. All night, all night. Got what you got on, but I want it all for you. We can play a song while I'm holding on to you. Driving in the highway, no use for all the road. What you wanna do? She told me, she said it's all for you. I did it all for you. Baby, it's all for you. No, no, no.
To go. So we are coloring in the zebra, and you can sort of see better the color difference here in the front than in the legs. There we go. We've got a little zebra. Right. So then the question is, am I going to continue working on the background, or am I going to be moving on to the plants? And what I think I will do is I will do some of the background. And what I sort of decided was that I'll go and do the big background with this lighter color, and then make those little areas these that are in, I'll make those a bit darker. Let's see what kind of shades we're gonna go for that. But there we go. Oops, sometimes I'm not quite sure what I'm coloring. Yeah, so I think what I will do, because I can see coloring this background is going to take some time, I'm going to put another song on.
Some motivation, but I know how I feel. Faster than you like, slower and that's the end. Hey, faster than you like, slower and that's the end. Slower and that's the end. I want to find my way to you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I want to find my way to you. Gotta find my way, baby. I don't need a reason to say what I want when it's real. If I see you acting patient, you never know your last minute. Faster than you like, southern as the end. Southern as the end. Faster than you like, southern as the end. Southern as the end. That's it. Catching a feeling of wonder. Can't stop till I feel that way again. Oh, no, 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 no. Way to gotta find my way.
Right, so I'm making progress, but there's a lot of little parts that need coloring in this. So, yeah, background is sort of halfway done, or if we're not quite there, we're approaching it. Yeah, a lot of little parts. So I think what I will do is I'll put another song on.
You took a ride out, baby, in the middle. I do believe that you came up rough.
Well, that was good timing. And the music finished as I am moving on. So, at the moment, wondering how to color. I think this one we're gonna go for yellows and greens. There we go, because I think I've seen this plant. And in real world, it looks something like this. So, I decided not to change what it normally is and just go with that. And I think normally it's got quite dark green in it. Maybe not this shade, something like this. So I'm just gonna be using this green. There we go. Like that. So now we've got green and yellow plant. And I think what I would like to do with that plant next to it is to put some different kinds of yellow in it, but just go a little bit this kind of green yellow, quite vibrant. Always reminds me of spring. So let's go with that. Do a few stripes on it. See how it goes. There we go. Two striped plants sitting right next to each other. I was gonna say on a windowsill, but it looks more like it's somewhere indoors rather than a windowsill. There we go. And a bit more into that one. And then it's just a question of selecting what color are we gonna put with it. Let's go there. And I think it could be, yes, definitely something a bit greener in a way as darker. There we go. And a bit more. And we've got that color done. There. And again, it's giving me that zebra white vibe. Yeah. What shall we go? What shall we put with that? Let's have a think. Wonder if that would look good.
Call me up on a late night. You steady playing on my mind. Oh, I can't get you out my head. Oh, got a feeling I can't fight. There's nothing left, but it feels right. I'm feeling you and I won't pretend. I don't wanna say too much. I don't wanna say too much. I just wanna feel your touch. I wanna be closer, babe. I just wanna give you my love. I just wanna give you my love. I just wanna give you my love, my love. Ain't no doubt about it, babe. You should be mine. Through the sun and through the rain, I'll stay by your side. And when seasons change, my love will still remain. 'Cause I got you, I got you. Oh, been down, I stay close. Storm hit, I ain't let go. You don't want, I don't second guess. Play cools, I be pulling up. Never could I give you up. Got it bad, I must confess. And I don't wanna say too much. I don't wanna say too. I just wanna feel your touch. I just wanna feel your touch. I just wanna give you my love. I wanna give you my love.
Right, so we soon have another plant ready to go. Yep, there we go. A few more bits, and yep, two leaves. One and two. There we go. So now we got that plant ready, and then it's moving on to these other plants. So what I would like to do is to go and continue using this kind of quite light green here. Loving this light green. There we go. Let's mix it a little bit with the dark one. There we go. More life to it. And then what I would like to do is to do quite dark. Quite dark. What would be quite dark? I think I need to take a new color in. Let's see. Yeah, that's very dark. Perhaps. Yeah, okay. I'm looking for a dark, but I think what I found was a bit too dark. So, and then when I tried to change it, I picked something that was even darker than this. So I think what we're gonna do, we're just gonna go with this. There we go. And just trying very hard not to go over, because with this dark, it will just show everywhere, won't it? There we go. So like that. Dark, 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 very dark. Yep. Already thinking in my head, what green shall I pick up next? Because I'm gonna be advancing to this little thing that looks a bit like a palm tree. Trying to sort of do the leaves on that. I think that's again something that sort of is going to be calling for music, because it's going to take me quite a while to color those. But let's go through this first. Again, 2 leaves left, and then that one is done. There we go. So we've got one very dark plant there, and then we're going to be moving on.
In the morning, I wake up feeling no pain. Long stretches, get to remembering. Did I see my bed empty on one side? Back in the sheet, only place I can hide. In the morning, wondering how long.
There we go. That was another well-timed end of song. So that's end of that plant. Now we've got already several plants that are all colored. And as I said in the beginning, that this is going to be very green and brown. That is indeed what we've got. Very green and brown picture. And what I will do here is, rather than trying to make this plant multicolored, what I will do is I will literally just go with this one color. There we go. I don't want everything to look stripy. There we go. And another one like that. Then what I think I will also do, because I think that this is now dried. Oh, and of course I can see one little bit that I have not done. There's always that one little bit, isn't there? You just try to get everything done and then you realize, oh, there is that one little bit. I also noticed as I was coloring that there was another little bit there that never got done. So there we go. Let's put some color in it. There. And now we've got all the background. Oop. Sort of ish done. There we go. And what I wanted to do is I also wanted to put this color between the tiles. So we've got, oh, is there another part that I have not done? Oh no. Okay, but we are going for this grouting now, rather than it being completely white. We've got a little bit of color in it. There we go. Like that. And then as always, the question of what shall we do with the pots. So we've got quite a lot of pots here, and we need some colors in the pots. So what shall we do about that? There we go. Grouting's done. Also, this thing that supports, what color shall we put there? I'm thinking of something quite light. And here it is. Color that is a color that is a non-color. That looks like you've done something to it, but it's so light that it just sort of fills in the place. There we go. But it doesn't, just sort of enhances the feature. There we go. And then I think what I will like to do is to do that with the same color. But now I've completely already forgotten what color it was. I could also go for the pale green. Let's see. Okay, let's go for that. And I'm going to do the same as I did on the other side. And rather than making this stripy, this is going to be one color. There we go. Here we are with our theme. The house looks like a jungle, and I think we're making good progress. We have almost all the plants colored. There's still one more, and I need to figure out what colors to put in it. I am wondering if I need to do something different for that. Let's see. Any suggestions from you guys? I need to figure out what to do with the last one. There we go. So that's very vibrant. Here's our whole image. You can see it now. It's coming together. We've got plants, we've got everything. It's just this one here in the background. What shall we do with that? What shall we do with that? Now, how orange is orange if I put orange? What a question. Let's put little orange stripes in this one. Orange and green, I think. I could still change my mind, you know. I tend to do that quite often. Right in the middle of coloring something. Let's see. There we go. And there we go. Whoop. They're very small areas, but we are getting there. This is looking interesting. It sort of is a plant that is on fire. It's got so much of these dark parts. There. There. And then we're going to put some green. And I think we're going for this green. What green this is. Or shall we go for the yellowy green? Let's go for the yellowy green. See how that goes. And there we go. That is quite interesting combination. So we've got a plant that looks a bit like it's on fire in the background. Has anybody seen a plant like this in life? In real life? I have to say I haven't, but this one I have seen. So, you know, perhaps somewhere there's a plant that looks like this. There we go. Almost ready. Let's just put some stems. There's a little part that I hadn't done yet. Okay, Terry's saying, hi, good morning. Oh, good morning to you too. Namaste. It's lovely to see you here. Right, and then it's just going eeny, meeny, miny, mo with the pot colors. So what color pots shall we do? Yeah, that one there, to me, screams out like, I want to be stripy, I want to be seen. My plant is totally green, so I want to be something else. Let's see how that looks like with the blue pot. There we go. Little bit of blue in the pot. Splash of color there. Yep. It looks like my house. Oh my goodness, you got such a lovely house. Oh, this is nice. To me, this looks nice. You are lucky, lucky, lucky person. If you have something like this, you got space for all these flowers and, you know, earthy colors. That's so nice. Very, very lucky. Very lucky indeed. There we go. We've got a blue pot. full of plants. Oh, yes. Plants are lovely. I quite like them too. These days, I only have a few. Used to have loads when I was younger. But the thing is that if you travel a lot, if you're not at home, you always need to then figure out what to do with them so that they are still there when you come back. You don't really wanna, yeah, you don't really wanna lose your plants. So yeah, little by little, they sort of I ended up giving them away to people, and oh my goodness, I remember a friend of mine. She said, "Are you sure you're really giving this away?" And she said, "Do you know how expensive these are?" And I said, "Well, it didn't cost me much. I bought it when it was very little." "What do you mean?" And she said, "If you go to a shop and you buy this," it was by that time, it was massive, massive thing. And I said, "Yes." And she said, "Oh, but I'm very good at killing plants. How do you feel about that?" And what I ended up saying to her that, look, as long as I don't kill it, and do you know what? She has not managed to kill it either. And now it's grown so big that she uses it like a Christmas tree replacement. During the Christmas and the New Year, what she does is she puts Christmas lights on it, and it looks beautiful. So I have to say she did superbly well with that one. Very, very well. I think she was quite surprised about herself. But yeah, she still has a plant that is massive and it's completely alive. I think she's now more confident with the plants as well. Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, that's lovely hearts. Yeah, it's good when you realize that you're actually doing quite a good job. Plants are not really that difficult, but you do need to remember to water them. That sort of helps a lot. Go. We're doing 2-color pot. There. And then we have that one more there. Eeny, meeny, miny. Whoa, what color should we put there? I feel like more yellow in the picture. Yeah, it's turning into higgledy-piggledy, but when I see this many different colored pots, or when I see this many pots, I just sort of feel like surely you must bring some more color in the picture when your plants are so green. But there we go. It is a lot of work, you are right. It really is a lot of work when you're keeping them. But you sort of get out what you put in with plants, you know. You take a good care of them and they grow, and then you have this kind of scenery at your home. And it's lovely. It's quite relaxing, just sort of, you know, if you are able to just take a book and just relax amongst your flowers. I think it's lovely. Well, I guess these days many people just have their tablet and they're reading from that or just scrolling, but I don't know. Plants always have this way to relax you. Works definitely for me. There we go. So, doing now these background colors. Whoops. There we go. So small. There. Yep, you're saying exactly. There. Yep, and I need to also select another brownish color for the rest of these. There we go. Getting there. This picture has had a lot of little bits to do. There. feel like doing that and select that one. And then I just want one more color for those other ones in the background. You love it, you think it looks great. Thank you very much. It's lovely to have you here. What color shall we go for? I'm sort of testing here in the background. That says mellow gold. That's not very mellow at all. It was very dark. Yep, not mellow. Not mellow at all. I think we're gonna go with that and see how it looks like. Just want something that's a little bit darker, but not too dark. I want this to stay sort of as a background feature, so that when you look at the picture, you literally just think of plants and not about the crazy background. There we go. Do you think that's working? There. Yeah, I think it's pretty much like what I was after. There. Yep. Am I missing any? I don't think so. Always keep checking what have I forgotten to color. Is there a small part somewhere where I haven't put the color and it really should be colored? So I think I'm good. Let's do those as well. There we go. Like that. Is that everything? I can see that there are a few pieces there in the background that don't really have a color. There we go. Perhaps some of them should be something else than that, but that is what we've got now. And I do feel like doing something to that skirting board looking thing there. There we go. Now we even have a colored skirting board. There. I hope it still looks like your house. That's been a... Oh, look, there's one in the middle. Right, bang in the middle. I didn't notice it. Okay. No, I can't see anything that I haven't colored yet. I guess I could color the frame. And I think... Yes, let's go and do the frame. Let's go and do it with this color. There we go. Yeah, that's good. I think it looks better when it's got that frame. It doesn't look so much like, hey, you forgot something. It looks more intentional. There we go. More little bits to color. And I'm going to turn that a little bit so that I can color this top part better. Yep. More little bits. It's taken me quite a long time to do all these little bits today. There. We are almost done. Almost. There we go. Yeah. There we go. That's that. And then it's just one more side left. There. Yeah, this looks like a lovely living room lounge area to just chill. Oh, I want something like this too. Looks perfect. There we go. There. And a bit more. One more triangle. There we go. Add a bit color in the middle to make it look more even. And there we have it. That is today's scenery. A lot of plants. Looks like a jungle indoors, but it's so lovely and so relaxing. It's been great having you guys here. It's been lovely coloring and having a little chat with you guys. Um, yeah, if you like what I'm doing, please like, subscribe, and we will see you again. Bye. Thank you for being here.